The New Orleans riverfront gleaming brightly along the Mississippi here tonight. Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the New Orleans Pelicans here at their home, the Smoothie King Center. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. Hey, Dave.
Well, after all the turmoil in New Orleans last season, there's fresh air in the Big Easy. The Pelicans won the lottery and got #1 overall pick Zion Williamson. Not only that, the Anthony Davis trade brought in a surrounding cast of young star talent. The Pelicans have gotten a great head start on their rebuild. Kevin?
They are fun to watch, that's for sure, Dave. Thank you. Now, the rookie rankings. Who's in the running for the Rookie of the Year here at the midway point of the season? Some terrific young talent in the NBA. And you look at Morant. He's been a big-time contributor for his team so far. And, you know, we're right in the thick of the season, and he's one back of the top spot.
And with more or less a half a season behind us, he has shown what unlimited potential he has.
And wasting no time tapping into it. He's #2 right now, but he has a shot at being #1 if he can string together some big performances.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. And for the Pelicans, Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. Now here is Holiday. Passes it to Williamson. Over Brooks. Rebounded by Valanciunas. For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
Especially on the road. Each miss fired up that crowd even more. And this summer, a lot of work in the weight room for Jaren Jackson Jr. Rebounding, one of his few weaknesses last season. Adding strength, it will help.
Favors can't get it to go. Brooks against Holiday. Shot from 6. No good off the back of the rim. And a high rate of fouls for Jaren Jackson and Smitty dating back to college.
You're right. Adding strength can also help in that area. Able to do your work early is also a key for him. And also denying deep position.
Now here's Morant. T right on him. And the pass to Valanciunas. To the wing right side. And Morant gets it to go on the assist from Valanciunas.
And the confidence Morant has in himself is special. Knows he can knock those shots down in bunches.
For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Williamson. Pass to Ingram. 6 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Williamson. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Pelicans. They're 8th in the conference and really looking to improve on the back end of the season. And checking out Memphis, sitting there 4 spots below.
And for the Grizzlies, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both, but something has got to change.
For me, the decision makers have a lot of tough choices to make. They also need to look in the mirror because they're the ones who assembled this team.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Love the flush there from Valanciunas, leaving no doubt on that play.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Holiday, the pass to Williamson. He dishes it to Ball. Passes it to Williamson. Shoots over Morant. And it's Williamson missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Now here's Morant. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Brooks, that's a two-pointer. The shot will not fall. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play. And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
One shot.
That free throw good from Williamson. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
The second youngest player in the NBA last season. Jaren Jackson Jr. with an immediate impact. The sky is the limit for this young man.
And the 4th pick in the 2018 draft, Jaren Jackson Jr. with Smitty, tremendous potential.
You know what, Kevin? He's a unicorn. He makes threes, he blocks shots, and he defends out to the three-point line. An ideal modern big man.
And it's Williamson missing.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
Smitty, as we know, there's talk of playing more regular season games overseas. Good idea, or is the season hard enough as it is?
I like the balance where it is right now, Kevin. A few games you get a chance to go overseas, you know, during the season or preseason, but just add more travel. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Now here's Morant. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game.
The long reach of Favors have a real impact, especially when he leaves the ground quickly in time for blocks.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Brooks. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Knicks in New York.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
Now here is Holiday, following the miss by Jaren Jackson. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, he's got that long wingspan. You saw it right there on that play.
And it's blocked. That's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. Morant passes to Valanciunas. Over Favors. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Morant. Valanciunas has got his second basket of the game. Pelicans trail by 8. Now Ball. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Here's Morant. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And here's New Orleans now. And there's the pass to Favors. Fades back. Yep, that one goes in there.
An area where Favors continues to gain consistency. Has a nice looking stroke out to 15 feet.
Now here's Morant. Tight defense on him. Here's Valanciunas. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Valanciunas has got 6. And here is Ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Dishes it to Favors. Kicks it to Ingram. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Pass to Anderson. Now here's Morant. No good with the triple. Now here's Ball. Guarded closely. Over Morant. Ball no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. That's tipped.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Pass to Favors. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
No good on the free throw. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Favors. Etuan Moore comes in for Brandon Ingram. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ball. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jackson comes in for Jackson. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. And he sinks the second. Smitty, I heard this the other day, letting a player stay in the game after his 6th foul, but granting an extra free throw to the other team. What do you think of that?
Kevin, that's crazy. I mean, no way. I knew you'd say that.
I knew you would say that.
I do summer league games, and I watched this 10 fouls. There's no way we could have had that many fouls when I played. We have to keep it at 6 foul, and you're out.
Clark, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Memphis leading by 9. Outside Jackson. Shoots from 8. That one a little long.
Well, this is where he's inconsistent, and that can slow down your team's momentum.
Count it.
Defensively, you're playing more to shoot the jump shot. He crosses him up off the bounce on that play.
Now here's Jones. to the wing on the left. Clark for three. They get it back. Jang. And Josh Jackson picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Pelicans trail by 9. Outside, Redick. Okafor in the post. He's against Jang, and it's Okafor missing.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Clark kicks to Jackson. The 8-footer, and the shot goes down. And now an 11-point Grizzly lead.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Here's Redick after Josh Jackson's bucket. Here's Hayes. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Tremendous box out. I love how he bodied up, held his ground, textbook, old school rebounding.
A nice shot by Winslow.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies winning their last game against the Knicks in New York. Redick with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Stolen by Winslow. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Here's Clark. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morant.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
First one falls for him.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
The Pelicans, they are committed to New Orleans. Some have speculated they be a candidate to move to the Seattle market. Organization-wise, they have said they're not going anywhere.
Here's Hart. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Jackson, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night. And when the new GM took over basketball operations, he said ownership's commitment was a big factor.
They have said all the right things. Sometimes teams in the South can struggle with attendance. The Pelicans have made it clear they want to win right here in New Orleans.
Here's Redick after Josh Jackson's bucket. Left side, Redick down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Okafor, hits the jump hook.
Defense just not strong enough to throw him off his shot there. Sometimes it takes a little more effort to defend him down low.
Passes to Clark. Now here's Jang. He had 13 points in the win against New York.
He was a shot blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
And Gorgui Jang is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Redick against Jones. Okafor dishes to Redick. Now the pass to Hart. He's with it. Back to Moore. Shot clock at 5. Sweet little floater. Moore's got his second bucket.
We see this game in and game out. Moore has a deadly combination of runners and floaters.
Redick against Jones. And stolen by Redick. Near the three-point line, it's Moore. It's rebounded by Memphis. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
I love the communication, love the hustle. They came up with big stops all night.
That's good from Winslow.
The 10th overall pick back in 2015. Justice Winslow has been fighting injuries, but he still has a chance to be very good.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
Pass to Redick. Back to Hart. Now Okafor. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. The shot by Redick, no good. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
And so it's Memphis with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Back right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And looking at what we've seen, Grizzlies pretty much in control here.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Zion at the 4 with Okafor at the 5. Hart is out there with J.J. Redick, and it's Moore in at small forward. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And the Grizzlies leading by 16 and keeping us updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Pass to Williamson. Stolen by Jackson. It's tipped. Moore passes to Okafor. Plenty of space. Rebounded by Jackson. And for Memphis, they're shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
Pelicans trail by 18. Williamson kicks to Redick. Off target with his 3. For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Passes it to Winslow. Here's Jones. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jahlil Okafor. Isn't it interesting, Smitty, we're seeing guys like Dirk and Vince Carter play into their 40s. I'm wondering if this is a byproduct of improved nutrition and conditioning, and if that accelerates this trend.
I think it does, Kevin. I also agree to add to that. I think the game is less physical. I think a lot of those guys are taking care of themselves, but when the game is not as physical, it's a lot more perimeter, you can play longer. I'm curious, Kevin, will anybody play into their 50s?
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? That's a good question. And that one falls for Jones.
And Memphis owing a pick to Boston. Rumor was they hoped it would convey this summer rather than rolling over to the 2020 draft.
Moving up to number 2, not a bad outcome. With a potential star in Ja Morant, they've got another key player for their rebuild.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And this Memphis team stakes its identity on defense.
Last season, top 3 in block percentage. They make their stand at the defensive end.
Okafor finds Ingram. The Grizzlies pull it in. Zhang's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Pelicans trail by 20. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Poked away, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. And getting very close to seeing our final list of contestants for the dunk contest. And you know everybody in the discussion right now really wants to compete.
I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, if you got the hops and the repertoire, you want to show what you can do.
Well, you look at Williamson sitting at the top of the heap. Looks like he'll be planning on an appearance at the dunk contest this year.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised with his athleticism. This guy has got the goods, no doubt about it. The hops are incredible, and we'll just have to see what sort of create.
That's a great dunk!
Freakish,
yes,
athletically.
Unbelievable play.
Wow.
It is nice to have a big target like Valanciunas to throw the alley-oops to.
And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Ingram against Winslow. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with the win.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
There were some unforced errors, but they also created some mistakes through their intensity on both ends.
There's the pass to Zhang. Over Okafor. Zhang, no luck. Pelicans trail by 20. Williamson dishes to Redick. It's Ingram on the wing. Guarded by Valanciunas. Pass to Williamson. Over Zhang. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And jumping off 1 foot on the drive, this is where Winslow really does elevate.
Winslow's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Redick passes to Okafor. Back to Redick. He kicks it to Ingram. Pass to Redick. Shot clock at 6. Okafor up top. Offline from the top of the key.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Morant passes to Zhang, and it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Plays it up and banks it in. Williamson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And normal physicality doesn't get it done with Williamson. To stop him from scoring, you really have to up the ante and get him before he hits that launching pad.
Jones looking for an opening. And it's Morant missing. Pelicans trail by 20. Outside, Redick. Ingram up top. Passes it to Hart. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Some terrific NBA players right now out of Michigan State. And Smitty, we know that's your alma mater. Which of those guys do you enjoy watching the most?
Kevin, I really enjoy watching all of them because I've got a close relationship with all our Michigan State Spartans. Gary Harris, Draymond Green, Jaren Jackson Jr., Bryn Forbes, Denzel Valentine, and the list goes on. I love because I watch them and I know they're going to come out and play extremely hard because of Tom Izzo and the Michigan State brand of basketball.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Derek Favors checked in for Okafor. Holiday comes in for Josh Hart. And Ball subbed in for J.J. Redick. They get it back. Here's Valanciunas. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Derek Favors.
When a guy as big as Valanciunas gets the ball that deep, quite often the only answer is to foul him.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Both good from the line that time. And steady improvement, Smitty, for Lithuanian big man Jonas Valanciunas. You look at his permanent numbers, pretty impressive.
They are. He'll give you 20 and 10 with 30 minutes a night. But in today's game, it's so perimeter oriented. Will he get that opportunity?
And Ball sets up his teammates when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
The pass to Valanciunas. On the wing, Brooks from the arc. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Holiday, no one around him. Here's Favors, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Ingram with the steal. And here is Williamson. 38 points for him last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Great job by Favors, really making the defense uncomfortable as he's going up with the shot.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Favors.
And the Pelicans under head coach Alvin Gentry, a team that looks to get out and run.
Reason why, GA, he was an assistant under Mike D'Antoni in Phoenix when the pace and space trend was just getting started. Also on the bench for the Warriors, and we know how they like to get up and down. That up-tempo style is what he preaches.
And you think of the resiliency of New Orleans. It feeds into the ethos of their sports teams, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Certainly the Pelicans have had their challenges too. Injuries, turnover, and leadership. You can't give up, though. I think that's something this organization and the fans can relate to.
Knocked away. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Morant. He's got 5. And finished off by Morant.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Pelicans. Pass to Williamson. The kick out to Holiday. Clock at 6. Poked loose. Stolen by Anderson. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. And he lays that one in. Anderson's got his first 2 points of the night.
A heady player in transition, Kyle "Slow-Mo" Anderson can facilitate as well as find looks for himself.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Ball finds Ingram. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Valanciunas. Memphis leading by 23. Here's Brooks. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Sunday, they'll start out on the road and play the Rockets in Houston. Then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
And that one falls for Brooks.
A new Memphis head coach, 3 of the last 4 seasons. Changeover in the front office as well. Hopefully, they'll find some continuity moving forward.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Hayes is checked in, and Memphis also making a switch. Josh Jackson's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Second free throw, no good. Smitty, this Grizzlies team has always given a good effort. How tough do you think it is to see a coach let go, even when his players are responding?
You know, it's very tough because you gain trust in that coach. And often having a coaching change are more of a symptom of what's going on above them in the front office.
Brooks outside. Outside Jackson. 5 on the clock. Over Favors. Jackson misses. The Pelicans shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. Ingram kicks to Holiday. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That's foul number 2 for him.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
Morris checked in for the Pelicans. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Six to shoot. Can they get it? They grab their own miss, and then Favors with the dunk.
You love the effort of Favors. On the glass, he's a scrappy player who comes away with second chance opportunities for his club.
Anderson inside. Moore's there. The 9-foot shot. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Anderson's got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Favors. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Favors can really hurt you from inside the paint. If he gets the ball in a good spot, he has the size and length needed to bury the shot.
Morant with it. He has 7. Here's Brooks. Nails the baby hook. Brooks has got 7 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
1:52 left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Hayes. Kicks to Holiday. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. For New Orleans, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in this game.
One shot.
Hayes no good on the free throw, and the Grizzlies making a change here. Clark's checked in. On defense, Memphis. On the wing, Holiday. Brooks covering. Here's Ball. 4 on the clock. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 3rd assist on the night. And the Grizzlies leading by 22. 1:19 left to play here in the half. Morant kicks to Brooks. Drops in the tray. 10 points for him.
High-level passer. Even for a point guard, Morant shows the imagination.
Now here's Ball. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Left side favors. Holiday with the 3. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. These players have been all about defense lately. Here are the steal leaders in the NBA this month. Ja Morant, 3rd.
Really been fantastic defensively this run for him. He's had more than his share of steals, and now he's looking to get more.
The pass to Clark. Jackson looking around. Pass to Jackson. Clark. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Outside Holiday. Shoots over Morant. Here's Favors. And another shot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you know, he's the former 3rd overall pick out of Georgia Tech. Favors has made steady improvement, productive at the 4 and the 5 spot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Favors.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And he makes both free throws.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. Morant passes to Jackson. Kept alive. Second shot opportunity. Can't get the layup.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
You know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Jonas. Good first half for you getting the ball inside, and you look really aggressive out there.
I'm just doing my job, what I need to do, you know, be active in the paint, rebound, get some touches, go for work.
Always good to see a big man who plays big. Thanks, Jonas. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. It's Memphis out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what do you think?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, it's no wonder they're getting blown out. No energy, no fight in the rebound battle. Ernie, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up starting now, or it's going to be impossible to come back. Like the Pythagorean theorem, times 50, times 100, times 50, times 10. Impossible to figure out, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. So it's the Grizzlies now, and at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the three, the small forward.
And Williamson doesn't let up, consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
Morant dishes to Jackson. Doesn't go that time.
This is the shot you want, right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And you cannot give Ingram even an inch of airspace. He's ready to let it go if he gets it.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. Pass to Brooks. Back to Anderson. Just 5 on the clock. From the low block. Pelicans with the rebound. Williamson's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive, Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Another one falls for New Orleans.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Passes to Anderson. The dish to Morant. Holiday against Brooks. And the pass to Anderson. Shoots over Ingram. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Brooks. Anderson's got 6. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
And the Grizzlies leading by 19 points. Now Morant, 7 points in the game. Brooks right side. It's Morant in the corner. Pass to Valanciunas over Favors. No good from Valanciunas.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Here's Williamson, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Morant.
An absolute beast in close. Once Williamson has this kind of positioning, you pretty much have to foul.
The Pelicans have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
First free throw is good.
And we first heard about Williamson in high school, and that was due to his dunking ability. Now he's a full-fledged star on the rise.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Favors. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. And so he hits both. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Morant. And Okafor with the block.
Ugly start to this half, hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
This is a tough kid. Holiday's fought through injuries. He's a physical player and a fearless player as well.
The Pelicans have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. That free throw good from Drew Holiday.
One of the better defenders in the league. Drew Holiday embraces the challenge.
All free throws good from Drew Holiday. And defending the top scorers in the league is no picnic, but Drew Holiday says it's fun for him.
That's what he grew up on. He comes from a basketball family. Defense was a topic of conversation at the dinner table.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Pass to Okafor. And here's Redick. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. He kicks it to Holiday over Brooks. And the Pelicans miss again.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Pelicans trail by 17. Williamson, the pass to Redick. Now the feed to Williamson over Anderson. And it's Williamson missing. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Pelicans. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Outside, Redick. Here's Williams.
Already such a well-coordinated athlete for his size and age. Williamson bringing down the house.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Jackson passes to Valanciunas. Over Okafor. Here's Jackson. Tries again. The kick out to Anderson. Back to Jackson. Fade away, and it's in there. Jackson's got 9.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And so it's New Orleans with it, trailing by 19. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Back to Okafor. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it, the fast break chance. And it's Morant missing.
You know what? I like the flare, but you blew a layup. You know you've gone way too far.
And Redick kicks to Okafor. Passes it to Ingram. Clock at 6. Back to Okafor. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the dunk by Williamson.
And yeah, he's 280 pounds. We've never seen anyone hang in the air like this young man. Williamson is special.
And it's Brooks in the corner. Okafor comes in with the double team and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so here is New Orleans. Pelicans trail by 17. Outside, Reddick. Now the pass to Ingram. Outside, Reddick. Connects from three-point range. Reddick's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
The second overall pick back in 2016. Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes, but whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Hart's checked in. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jackson comes in for Jackson. Clark, he's checked in for Anderson. And Winslow subbed in for Dylan Brooks. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from 3. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
Hayes, he's checked in for Williamson. Pass to Hayes. Outside, Reddick. Pass to Hayes. Ingram outside. 5 to shoot. Lets it go. Again, the Pelicans score.
Yeah, the finesse of Ingram coming into play on that one, especially when the shot clock is winding down.
Morant dishes to Winslow. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Morant missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Pelicans trail by 14. Ingram outside. Morant with the steal. And slam dunk by Clark.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Reddick with it. Passes it to Okafor. Back to Reddick. There's the pass to Ingram. Puts one up from 19. No good on that one. And it's Memphis the other way. Now here's Morant. 7 points in the game. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. So Morant will go to the free throw line. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight, and few players are more explosive athletically.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Morant. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Ingram kicks to Hayes. Reddick for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Reddick's got 6 points in the quarter.
J.J. Reddick, one of the premier shooters in this league. Boy, he knocked that one down.
Pass to Winslow. Jackson with it. Working on Hayes. Jackson misses.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Morant passes to Jang with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
You see the court awareness Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
Pelicans trail by 16. Pass to Okafor. He dishes it to Redick. Got a piece of it. And he banks in the layup. 6 points for Jahlil Okafor.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Passes it to Clark. He feeds it to Jang. Over Okafor. And Jang gets it to go. Jang's got 6.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Okafor finds Redick. The pass to Hart. Teardrop shot, and the layup is up and in. Hart's got his second bucket of the night.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Morant dishes to Jackson. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got his 7th rebound here tonight. In the corner, it's Ingram. No good on the triple.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Here's Hart. Offline with his 3. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Winslow, the pass to Jackson. Over Hayes. And there's Jackson on the assist by Winslow. He's got 10.
And Jackson isn't bashful about pulling up from the mid-range. He just has a nice-looking stroke from that spot on the floor.
There's 49 seconds left here in the third quarter. Ingram outside. Back to Redick. Pass to Okafor. Ingram outside. 6 on the shot clock. Over Clark. And the Pelicans miss again.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Oh, yes, the turnaround. Clark's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Hayes. Back to Redick. From deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Memphis with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We come back right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. It's an 18-point game. They're backcourt, Ball and Redick. Favors is out there with Hayes. And it's Ingram in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
And the speed of Ingram makes him a nightmare for defenses in pick and rolls, constantly keeping them guessing.
Grant, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Morant. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Showing natural leadership skills, Morant has developed great rapport with his teammates.
Ball kicks to Favors. Dishes it to Redick. Back to Favors. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night. Memphis leading by 16. Now Ball. The kick out to Holiday. He's in the post, guarded by Jackson. Holiday with the 3, and the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Morant passes to Winslow, shoots the 3, buries it from three-point range. And the Grizzlies lead by 19.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge lead with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
Passes it to Ball. Back to Holiday. Favors, dishes to Holiday. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Williamson is checked in for the Pelicans. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Memphis. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. 4 on the shot clock. From deep. The Grizzlies pull it in. Jackson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Brooks. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Pelicans trail by 21. And here's Holiday. I saw this the other day, Steve. The NBA now helping to create the Basketball Africa League. 12 teams from across that terrific continent. I think it's pretty exciting.
It is. This is an incredible story. Great for the sport and great for the people of Africa.
Out left to the wing. And there's the pass to Jang. Over Holiday. Jang, no luck. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Redick for 3. They get the rebound. Goes back up. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
This is what you love about Williamson. On the shorter side for a big man, but he's developing the pump fake as an equalizer.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Out to Brooks, right wing. Here's Jang. Ball with the rebound.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
Steve, the G League is now offering select contracts worth $125,000. They want to attract prospects straight out of high school. What do you think of that?
You know, I like it, Kevin, and I think I love to see that number go up, and I like the opportunity for some of those guys to be able to go straight out of high school. It's good for some, it's bad for others, but I think you have to give those guys that opportunity.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Outside Holiday. Ball, the pass to Williamson. Now here's Ball. Defense is right there, and the layup's good off the glass.
I just love watching how he handles the rock. I mean, an ability to get to wherever he wants on the floor.
And the Grizzlies leading by 20. Here's Morant. Pass to Valanciunas to the middle. Here's Anderson. Here's Jackson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Derek Favors.
You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Good on both. Smitty, for players, social media can build their brands and they can engage their fans, but there are some downsides.
Yes, it is, Kevin. I mean, it's a fantastic tool, like you said, for endorsement and bringing those fans into your home or into your life. But the downside, people can see some things they don't want to see, and also you can regret posting a lot of things.
I think, yeah, sometimes people do regret hitting that send button. So, yeah, they got to be careful. You're right.
2.
That free throw good from Holiday.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And you know, Drew Holiday sometimes gets overlooked in the discussion of great point guards, but only because there's so much competition at that position.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Morant. Well, we know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, some guys at 25, just something in place to help these guys, especially some of the things they're having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Redick finds Ball. Outside Favors. Pass to Redick. Shot clock at 6. Over Jackson. The shot by Redick, no good. Memphis leading by 21. Brooks with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Outside, Redick. Back to Ball. Outside, Favors. Kicks it to Redick. And it's Ball at the elbow. Over Brooks. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 4 this quarter.
Well, you see right there, Holiday can break you down and get up into his shot in rhythm.
The kick out to Anderson. Passes it to Jackson. Now Morant takes the 3. Here's Valanciunas. Makes the most of the high percentage shot.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, if those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education. I love that type of compensation.
Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. On defense, the Grizzlies. Outside, Holiday. Favors against Valanciunas. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Have to be careful when Favors shows you his shooting form. He is very effective at drawing contact with his pump fake.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. You know, Smitty, the NBA more active now in developing players before they enter the NBA. Not just the fundamentals, but the values of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. The league has been taking a hands-on approach. There's nothing wrong with teaching the next generation life lessons about the sport and through the sport.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Valanciunas with the ball. And it's Brooks in the corner.
Great job by Holiday. Typically aggressive on the defensive end and has the size to guard a number of positions.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
Controlling the glass helps them maximize their number of possessions. He's done everything he can do to help them in that area.
And that one falls for Favors. You know, Steve, the business part of the NBA, very strong. But Commissioner Silver doesn't want to be complacent either.
No, he doesn't. He's always been forward thinking. They're doing a good job of being proactive and doing a good job of just throwing out ideas. And what I love the most, Kevin, working with the Players Association.
I'm with you. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, I know we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles. And all we want to talk about if we're coaches and executives and players are the plays they miss. And I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
5 on the clock. Here's Jackson. The Grizzlies with another miss. It's deflected. Floats one, and it's Ingram missing.
Oof, rough game offensively. He's really struggled, and really probably why they're trailing.
Inside. Here's Valanciunas. From the left block, he sends it through. And the Grizzlies lead by 21.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
And the Pelicans shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately.
Watch him.
Holiday looking over the floor. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Anderson outside, tries again. He can't get that one. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Ingram up top, guarded by Valanciunas, and it's Ingram missing.
Coming out of halftime, he wanted to start strong, yet the opposite happened.
Brooks finds Anderson. Offensive rebound. Here's Valanciunas. Here's Jackson. And that one's drained from the low block.
Look at the big man Valanciunas showing off the playmaking skills.
Now here is Holiday.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Williamson. Can't throw down the reverse jam.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. With the floater. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Jackson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Stolen by Ball. Another shot, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Here's Morant. An easy 2 points on the layup. Morant's got 10 points here in the second half.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Favors attacking, and the shot goes in.
Favors is a huge guy that absorbs contact. A true master at getting his shots off in the midst of really intense defense.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. Morant passes to Anderson. Jackson with it. Just 4 to shoot. Over Williamson. Jackson misses. Brooks against Ball. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Brooks. Memphis has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Memphis.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Valanciunas.
He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
Williamson, and they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
And you got to appreciate the fearlessness with which he plays. Zion's ability to shoulder the offense at this stage of his career is incredible. Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Looking to end his cold spell. Favors can't get it to go. Now Anderson. And here's Morant. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.